this class. Okay. So now listen very, very attentively. So the primary function of the soul. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, now we are all Hare Krishna devotees, and our focus is to attain Swarupa Siddhi, and that is the real nature, our real nature, the soul's real nature. So before I proceed, because it's very related, the soul and the mind, the functions are very related. And this is something very, very interesting that I did a lot of research on. And this is all from the Bhagavatam and from the mouth of devotees that I heard over the years and collected this information on how the mind, why the mind, and what the mind works, how does it work. Now, before I proceed, I want to give one more opportunity. And what is the natural function of the soul? Okay. Anybody?
Be joyful.
Be joyful. Yes. Okay.
To serve.
To serve. Okay. But how to serve? Very wonderful point, but how? This is the details, you know, it's the details.
Through the mind, body, and senses.
Through the mind, body, and senses. But what kind of service? Okay. Very beautiful points. To serve, to be joyful. Okay. So now let me answer. Okay. Now, the natural function of the soul, the natural function of the soul is to desire as per the desire of Krishna and his devotees. The soul is always independent. It is not a line manufacturing machine. The soul is cognizable. His role in the spiritual world, let me give an example. Now, Krishna wants to play in the river. Okay, let's take that. Krishna wants to play in the river. So as soon as they come to know Krishna wants to play in the river, now everybody in Braj is making preparation to make Krishna's experience wonderful. So what do? So Purnamasi creates a nice environment, you know, like not scorching heat. So there is also there is sun, there is heat, you know, all this. So she makes like a nice cooling breeze and everything. And an environment a kind of hot, but where you have to jump to take bath, you know, like kind of you feel like taking bath. So Krishna wants to jump, he wants to have the right environment. So she creates the right environment. So every group of devotees, they want to participate that way. So the group headed by Srimati Radhika, so they are participating in one way. So they are also thinking, oh, how do we make this interesting for Krishna? So then the group headed by Chandravali, they are also planning something. How do we make this interesting for Krishna? The group headed by Balaram is also thinking, oh, when Krishna jumps into the river, we are all going to jump this way and we are all going to make a splash for Krishna. So when he jumps, it's going to be a... So basically everybody is planning something to make this Leela very special. So this is what is going on in the spiritual world. Everything is moving according to the desire of Krishna or his devotee. So one day Krishna wants to play with this devotee. So everybody thinks, okay, let's play around that. So everybody thinks how to make this experience Very wonderful. Krishna wants Govardhan to be worshipped. So everybody's thinking, okay, how do I worship Govardhan? So basically, whatever Krishna desires, or sometimes Krishna surrenders to the desire of his devotees. And he thinks, oh, I have to play with this devotee now. Today I will. So, if, for example, Giriraj sees that Krishna wants to play on the Giriraj mountain. So now, if anybody is, all of you, all or some of you must have gone to the Vrindavan Yatra. You must have seen Giriraj mountain. So it's a mountain, it's stone. But of course, he's not stone, he's Krishna, but he's made up of stone. But when Krishna wants to walk on this Giriraj mountain, immediately he becomes soft. Soft. That's why Krishna's footprints are there. He becomes like a nice, soft bed. He becomes like a beautiful, soft bed. And Krishna's beautiful footsteps come on that. So Krishna's beautiful footsteps come on that wonderful Govardhan hill. And even today it's there. Even the plants and creepers, they have some thorns and everything, they become soft like cotton, so that Krishna's foot doesn't get pricked. I'll give you one more example. If you've been to Vrindavan, if anybody's been to Vrindavan, if you have noticed the sand there, it's very, very soft. Why? Because one day, Krishna's mother told Krishna, Yashoda Maya told Krishna, Lala, from tomorrow you are going to herd the cows. And Lalla said, okay, I'm going to herd the cows. So Mother Yashodamai says, Lalla, here are your tiny shoes. Why don't you wear these tiny shoes? So Lalla says, will my cows wear my shoes also, or only I am wearing shoes when we go tomorrow? So she says, only you, Lalla. The cows will not be wearing shoes. So immediately, all the cows, the news spreads very fast on WhatsApp. Everybody shares forward. So, like Krishna, Lalla is coming tomorrow to play with, to take us to the forest. So all the cows, they think, Lalla is coming for us. Krishna is coming for us. He's going to take us into the forest. So what do? There is soft sand. So what do? They, with their hooves. So with their hooves, they powder every little grain of sand. Every little grain of sand in Vrindavan is powdered by the cows with their hooves, so that when Krishna, Lalla, walks, none of this sand or this, even the tiniest particle of dust, pricks his leg. Each cow is searching for every little piece of stone and sand, and they're just crushing it. So in this way, whole of Vrindavan becomes like a soft velvet sand. And even today, it is like that. Now they are making all these concrete roads and because of the traffic, but they're actually encroaching on this soft, beautiful sand. So what happened there, if you analyze? So Krishna's desire was not to wear shoes, but to be with the cows and be with the cows. So all the cows, they are desiring that Krishna has a beautiful experience. So this is the role. So the soul also has mind and intelligence. spiritual mind and intelligence. So what is the role of that? Is to think how to make Krishna's experience better. How to give Krishna the best experience. How to make our desire the same as Krishna's desire. So this is the function of the spiritual mind, to desire as per the desire of Krishna. The Srimad Bhagavatam explains the primary function of the mind is to reflect and desire. Now, how is that? If you have already been through two presentations, that is why it's important to understand the creation and continuity. So when the soul desires, so everything begins with the desire. So either soul desires for Krishna or separate from Krishna. We are like that. We desire separate from Krishna. So when we desire separate from Krishna, we what happens with us, we desire separate from Krishna, that's when we come here. Now the mind, the soul is covered by ignorance, avidya. But the soul's natural function has to continue. So what is the natural function? To desire. Desire cannot be checked. Desire cannot be stopped. If you read all of Prabhupada's books, Prabhupada says, you cannot stop desire. You cannot stop desire. So this desire, like we see, is the natural function of the soul. But what is happening to the soul? So soul is in the region of the heart. It is said 1/10,000 the tip of heart. Why do you call it 1/10,000 the tip of heart? Because the soul does not have a material dimension. The soul is as big as Krishna. So how big is Krishna? Unlimited. So that is why the deities you never show like this. How big is your deity like this? No, he is unlimited. So similarly, the soul is equal to the power of 9 suns. 9 सूर्यों के बराबर है एक आत्मा की रोशनी. It's equal to the brightness of 9 suns. So imagine, ये पूरा बुझ गया है. It's like it's in the heart and it's zero light coming out. That is the soul. It's huge. That is why with they say, when you realize this, when you realize self-realization, जब ये realization आता है, when you get this realization, then you realize, I am not from Goa. I am not from India. I am from spiritual world. And he becomes completely in a different platform. He doesn't get attached to this material world. He doesn't get attached. All that attachment goes away. So that's why, so what is happening now though? The soul is caught up. So what happens to the soul? Soul को फिर आत्मा को wrap किया जाता है when it comes here. अमिताभ बच्चन would say, wrap कर दिया जाए. So the soul, Krishna says, wrap कर दिया जाए. So the soul forgets himself. And the mind, how big is the mind? I asked this question to Gopi Parandan Prabhu. So he said, so your soul is 1/10,000 tip of hair. Literally, it is negligible. It is very, very small. Very, very small. So what happens to this soul? So the soul is packaged. So the soul is packaged with this mind, intelligence, ego. Just big enough to cover the soul. So itna chota. It's like you cannot even see. It is so small in the region of the heart. And where does it sit? In the region of the heart? And who is within that mix? Who is watching right next to that is Paramatma. So the soul has soul so gaya. So the soul is sleeping. He has forgotten his true nature, that he is the soul. And what has he done? He has given power of attorney to the mind. Abhi tere hawale watan sathiyon. I'm just joking, but the soul has given attorney to the mind. So the soul's functions are taken over, and the soul is just a mute witness, as if you are helplessly watching a movie. So the soul is sitting in the region of the heart, he is sleeping, and he is looking at and he is experiencing a false reflection of himself. The consciousness of the soul is first reflected by the ego, by the intelligence. And the ego, that reflection is, means the body's identification is with the ego. So when the light shines on ego, so the soul has deliberately forgotten himself. So that is why in the end of Bhagavad Gita, when Arjuna realizes, when Krishna asks him, are you okay? Did you realize what I said? So what is Arjuna say? Nashta moha smritir labdva. I remember, now I remember. What does he remember? What did he remember before that? Now I remember. What? He remembers that he's the soul's real consciousness. And then he acts on the platform of the soul. So the forgotten soul has given attorney to the mind, and whatever the mind thinks, based on the modes of nature. So what does the mind do? The primary function of the mind, coming to that. The primary function of the soul is to desire. That is handed over to the mind. So the mind takes the input from the senses, reflects, and desires. Just like everybody knows life with kids. कहीं मेले में जाते हैं तो, like I was saying once, one lady was holding a kid. So this guy came to sell some, basuri or something, some flute. And he was playing it so nicely. Then the kid saw, he was sleeping this side. The mom was holding, he was looking behind. So the kid turned to take that flute. The mother somehow convinced the kid and put him back here. So the guy went behind and was playing the flute, and the kid was wanting it. So what happens? Just analyze the situation. The kid is seeing, he is hearing, he is seeing that wonderful thing, he is curious and desiring for it. Same with us. We look at Mukesh Ambani's house or somebody's house, somebody's office. अरे मुझे भी ऐसा घर बनाना है यार, मुझे भी ऐसा गाड़ी लेना है यार. So whatever is there, reflect and desire. Reflect and desire. So the mind's primary function is reflect and desire. It has 3 levels of function. So whatever you all said, it is there. So I'll come to that. So the mind, so Prabhupada says that desire cannot be stopped. So what happens to these desires? So every desire becomes a seed for all your future lives. Just like Bhishma Dev, he captured Amba for marriage with Shantanu. And then what happened? The marriage did not take place. So Amba said, why don't you marry me? Now you have kidnapped me from my home. Main na ghar ki na ghat ki. Can you help me? He says, I am Brahmachari Baba. I cannot marry. So what does she do? She kills herself. But then she makes a vow, I'll come back to kill you. You destroyed my life. I'll come back. So that desire gave her the body of Shikhandi, the next life. She became Shikhandi, next life, just to kill him. That's one example where your desire is instantly fulfilled. Instantly she becomes Shikhandi. And then she becomes the cause. Bhishma Dev doesn't pick up weapons. So your desire remains. Even when you sleep, when the creation is destroyed in the belly of Vishnu, when you wake up with your previous desires. So they say, and there's a very beautiful example given, when you're a kid, you may have some desire, मुझे बड़ा आदमी बनना है. So when you become grow up also, मुझे बड़ा आदमी बनना है. When you're about to die, मुझे बड़ा आदमी बनना था. That desire remains the same. Body changes. You had a kid body, then you have a young body, then you have an old body. Desire is the same because the subtle body, the mind, ये सदियों से चला रहा है. So all these seeds are sitting in the heart. So the primary function of the mind is to reflect what I am going through and desire based on that. So what is your desire based on? So that is why the mind, when it is in tamoguna, its desire is different. Rajoguna, desire is different. Sattva-guna, desire is different. Today, for example, in India, very sad situation. कहीं किसी को कुछ accident हुआ, ये हुआ, वो हुआ. Nobody goes to help. Why? अरे पुलिस के चक्कर में कौन पड़ेगा? But that compassion, help, trying to help, all these different things, it is there. So based on our, there are some people who, just like all of you, you read Bhagavad Gita and now you don't eat non-veg or anything. You are not interested. Compassion and love. So compassion and love, the natural function of Sattva Guna. Rajoguna, desire, unlimited desire. Tamoguna, darkness. So whatever you watch, okay, I'm just saying a joke now, just don't take it literally. Like when Lalu Prasad was chief minister in Bihar, so they wanted some cars for their marriage. So they went to some, sent some goons, went to the Maruti car dealer, got as many cars as they wanted. Like, that is Tamoguna. I'm not, you just give me. But an honest man, he has a daughter, he saves for her marriage, works very hard, puts things together, wants to see her happy, and then gives her in marriage, and he becomes very happy. So that is Sattva-guna. There is Sattva-guna, Rajoguna, Tamoguna. So as per your guna, you desire also. One who is in Tamoguna, he is desiring. Thoda pite hain, like now this opened, like in India, all these videos going on of wine shops, people having such big lines. Tamoguna. Imagine scores of India is in Tamoguna. Drinking, eating meat, all Rajoguna and Tamoguna character. But where in Sattvaguna, what do you want to eat? You want to eat Sattvic. But even in Sattvic, we vegetarian, but we have to be Sattvic. We can be in devotee and we can be in Rajoguna also. For example, eating bread from outside, eating too much masala. It's all Rajoguna. So you can be vegetarian and eat horrible food also. So vegetarian also we have to eat Sattva-guna. So depending on your Sattva-guna, your taste is there. आज है ना, आज पकोड़ा बनाते हैं. Pakoda is again Rajasic, depending on the oil. But Prabhupada, I was thinking, why did Prabhupada make puris? Why did Prabhupada make this? But Prabhupada fried only in ghee. Prabhupada made everything in ghee. There was no question of oil. That is Sattva-guna. Because ghee changes the quality of any vegetable or grain, you know. So the primary function of the mind is to desire. There are secondary and tertiary function of the mind. So to reflect and desire. So intelligence, so then that desire from the mind goes to the ego for identification. If your ego is fully purified, when that desire comes, if the ego is not fully, if it is not fully purified, if your ego is very high, then your desire is uh, uh, what a desire abhi karte hain, enjoy karte hain. And then it goes to the intelligence, how to execute. So intelligence processes these desires. So either it can be a lusty intelligence or a pure intelligence. So Prabhupada says material intelligence is in the mode of passion, like we saw. So what happens with that? Passionate intelligence means our intelligence is surrounded by 6 enemies: Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsara, Kama. That is, so Kama is lust or desire. So desire separate from Krishna. So lust just doesn't mean sex, but lust means any desire separate from Krishna. Krodha. So lust, anger, desire leads to anger. You remember that sloka? Dhyayato vishayan pumsaha sangasteshope jayate sangat jayate kamaha. Reflect and desire. See, sangat jayate kama. When you meditate on it, then the desire comes. Reflect and desire. That point. Kamat krodho vijayate. Kama not fulfilled, then it goes to krodha. Krodhad bhavati sammoha. So when that Krishna summarizes from anger, then greed, sammoha, greed, then attachment, sammoha, smriti vibhramaha. Then there is madness. So madness, mada, madness. So smriti vibhramaha. Then when you are mad, then you don't see it. Then Shruti Brahmshad Buddhi Nashat Pranashyati. Then all his memory goes away. So then what happens? He becomes envious. So enviousness is means, so if you have enviousness, you cannot understand Bhagavatam, because Bhagavatam is only meant for non-envious. So we will have a class on how to overcome enviousness also in our 10 days. But today I wanted you to understand functions of the mind. So reflect and desire. So what is the secondary function? Accept and reject based on the desire. Accept and reject what? मुझे मिल्क शेक बनाना है, तो मिल्क शेक बनाने के लिए चाहिए मिल्क चाहिए, फ्रूट चाहिए, ब्लेंडर चाहिए, सॉल्ट चाहिए, नहीं चाहिए, रिजेक्ट. So at every stage, and then that is accept and reject. So, but to accept and reject, there has to be desire. So the primary function is to desire. So accept and reject based on that desire. Accept and reject based on that desire. And the tertiary function is thinking, willing, feeling. How to, if I accept the desire, how do I fulfill that desire? Thinking, willing, feeling. So at every stage of the desire, as we are fulfilling it, again we accept or reject. So when we are thinking, अरे करना है कि नहीं करना है, अरे छोड़ो है. Willing, चलो ऐसा करो तो हो सकता है, तो चलो ट्राई करते हैं. Willing, feeling, चलो हो रहा है, चल चल. So at that time also एक हो रहा है, नहीं हो रहा है, अरे छोड़ा यार, मेरे हाथ से मिल्क शेक होने वाला नहीं. Accept and reject. और चल बन गया, इतना इजी था, पता ही नहीं था. So these three are intertwined, but it begins with desire. So first is to reflect and desire. So the primary function of the mind is to first is to reflect and desire. And number 2 is thinking, willing, to reflect and desire. Second is accept and reject based on that desire. Then the third is thinking, willing, feeling based on the acceptance and rejectance. So once I accept something, then I think, will, feel. When I reject something, अरे यार try करना चाहिए था क्या? Think, will, feel. Think, will, feel. Think, will, feel. Based on acceptance, rejectance. It's amazing. It's amazing how the mind has these three functions and how it executes, and everything is intertwined. It's like continuously you are getting a feedback as you are doing something. अभी ऐसा हो रहा है, तो then what to do? अभी वैसा हो रहा है, then what to do? अभी ऐसा हो रहा है. So it's all intertwined. So the mind, but this mind, so that is why it is said, mana eva manushyanam karanam bandha mokshayaha. So this mind, when in rajoguna, when in tamoguna, the mind's desire drags the body. Just like you see kids, मुझे वही स्मूदी चाहिए, मुझे वही चाहिए, I want it. You see the kids, so annoying. They literally want, and you have to literally drag them out from that. टीवी देखना, टीवी देखते रहते खेलते रहते. अब I saw young kids going to internet cafes and just playing games. Oh, it's like rajoguna and tamoguna. Literally, you are killing yourself. And this rajoguna and tamoguna is literally killing the mind. That is the inimical mind. The interesting thing, I can speak on mind for 4 hours, but I'm condensing it to another 10-15 minutes. So the mind is your enemy. Nobody can destroy you more than your own mind. For example, now this military, when this Kargil war happened, these military people, they did the impossible. कोई oxygen mask नहीं, कोई equipment nahi, bare-handed, bare-legged, they walked that Tiger Hill overnight. I mean, when I was in India, I never experienced snow. But when I came here, I came to East Coast. Now I'm living in Vegas. It's hot and nice. It's like India. But when I was in northern part, I was living in New Vrindavan. So for 6 years, every winter snow. Oh my God. And to get outside the house, you have to pack yourself for 15 minutes. Ye pehno, wo pehno, gloves pehno, wo pehno, ye pehno, wo pehno. Just to go out, it's like, oh my God, ye thandi mein kaise jayenge? It's like so cold. Imagine, I can only imagine there. This temperature was like in degrees Celsius, what we get was like minus 10 degrees. But they were in minus 30 or 40 degrees. You cannot even imagine walking there. There's wind blowing, and they walked like this, like a steep. They walked. And where did they go? And they go and fought with bare hands. That's why they are heroes. They did the impossible. But what made the impossible possible? The mind. So your mind can make you achieve something, or your mind can defeat you. Even though they died, but they remained immortal. And in the next life, the determination, the courage, the dedication that they did, they will definitely get the rewards in their next life. So what progress of mind you do, remember, in next life, the same mentality continues. That is why bachpan se ye kaisa hai re? The mentality he had in his previous life, like my son, whenever we are scolding Bhumi or something, my elder daughter, or we are scolding or arguing for some reason, he comes there like a gunda, 1.5 saal ka hai, comes, hey, 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 hey. He's like, oh, no, my daughter was not like this, but this guy, kya tha pichle janam mein pata nahi. He's always trying to be like gunda in between. It's like, it's a nature. Of course, he's a boy, he's different. My daughter is a girl. But you can see the nature of the little kid. So where has it formed? So over many, many years, this nature. So what you cultivate now, so that is why Krishna says that progress is never lost. So in next life, you have the same mentality from our, that is why the first thing to purify is what we have cultivated in our past many, many lives. All those mentalities, all those seeds, जब वो सब निकल जाता है, then you become liberated. You may make money. You may make money. You may be billionaire, zillionaire. You may be this, you may be that. But your mind. So the mind, when in Rajoguna, Tamoguna, that is the biggest enemy. For example, Amazon, the world's richest man, Jeff Bezos, he fell in love with his wife's best friend. And he separated from her. इतना बड़ा आदमी बन के भी he could not control his mind and remain within his marriage. He had to separate. So the mind, which is when the mind becomes your friend. So I have another graphic. I will show it tomorrow. That takes a little explanation. That will take the whole class. So we literally have 5 types of thoughts. 5 types of thoughts. I will discuss this tomorrow because the 5 types of thought, each type of thought that we have. So everything that we think of is in these 5 ranges. It's a very deep topic, so that I'll do it tomorrow. So when our thoughts are based on klesha, so it is called as klesha. So what is these 5 types of thoughts and what is klesha? I will talk about tomorrow. So klesh matlab, that which hinders your spiritual progress. That it begins with avidya, ignorance. So when that ignorance is reflected on the mind because of rajogun, tamogun, these gunas are critical. That is why I said, why I emphasized yesterday so much on diet. You just eat such heavy Chinese, this, that, and see how you are Rajasic. Your thinking will be totally different. Fear, anger, anxiety, all this is all caused by food and lifestyle. But when you come to Sattva Guna, when you eat right, when you exercise, when you focus, you are a changed person. So the mind, so I will just summarize. So the mind which is in Sattva Guna is your best friend. So I will just summarize. So what we discussed today. So basically, in short, the soul's natural function is to desire as per the desire of Krishna. But the mind in the material world is let loose to desire as per its senses. But that is why we say, when does the mind, when you are Krishna conscious, when the mind desires as per the desire of the Guru. Because here we have no direct connection with Krishna. So our connection is through the Guru. So we say, Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chityate Koriya Aikya. So when you make the desire or your desire the same as the desire of the Guru, that means you are coming to the natural function of the soul to make its desire in tune with the desire of the Lord and his devotees. So that function is now, the mind is functions at 3 levels of so the first level of function is, of course, to take the input of the senses and then reflect on it and desire. Then it accepts and rejects based on that desire. Then the mind then the mind goes into thinking, willing, feeling based on acceptance and rejectance of that desire. So it has these 3. Tomorrow I'll make some graphics. I actually have the 5. Some of my external drive is not being detected, so that's where the pictures are. So tomorrow I'll try to get it fixed, and tomorrow we can I can show you the pictures. So this is a very interesting topic, Sukshma Gyan. So there is so much to talk about. So tomorrow we'll talk about the 5 types of thoughts and the 4 types of klesha. What are the hindrances? So when sometimes when I talk about diet, ye French fries mat khao, ekadashi mein zyada aloo mat khao, ye mat khao. Some devotees say, "Arey kya yaar, itna restriction." But when you are really trying to control the mind, we don't want to get into even so-called sattvic material pleasure. So sometimes when we eat this, that, we go into a lot of pleasurable mood instead of thinking of healthy, what is good for the mind. So everything begins with diet and lifestyle. So let us try to get into the mode of goodness, and the mind will automatically become your friend. So what is the symptom of that is that you immediately remember instructions of Guru. When you are chanting, your mind is very clear. Otherwise, when you are chanting, दुनिया भर के thoughts आ जाते हैं. Corona मेरा क्या करेगा? Whatever. All that fearful. Ramanujacharya says, if you have surrendered your mind unto the lotus feet of Krishna, चिंता क्यों करते हो? चिंता क्यों करते हो? चिंता. That's why Gaur Gopal Prabhu is very successful, because he is always telling, don't worry, don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. Worry से कुछ होने वाला नहीं है. We have to bring our mind to the mode of goodness. Then you see the changes in you. Then you will see things as they are, because now we know so many things. But to act on it, to cultivate those qualities, you need to act on it. That happens only when the mind is in the mode of goodness. All right. So I will stop here. And if there are any quick questions or comments, you're welcome. It looks like there are no questions.
Hare Krishna, bro.
Hare Krishna.
Bro, I just wanted to know if you are referring to any books for this, meaning functions of mind.
Yeah, this is
Intelligence.
in the third canto. That is why I said on the first class itself, I said refer third canto, chapter 26 and 27, and read the verses and the purports. It is all from those two chapters.
Okay.
Yeah, I specifically told this. So whatever I'm saying is from the third canto, chapter 26, 27, and it is based on also my conversation with Gopi Parandan Prabhu and other Vaishnavas, Garuda Prabhu and others, because there are many subtle points which are from different acharyas' commentaries, but they are basically from the third canto, chapter 26 and 27. Yeah.
Okay, bro.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Any other questions, comments?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, I'm not very clear on the secondary function, that is accept and reject based on the desire. So
Okay.
can you take some day-to-day example and explain these three functions, like that transition of the mind?
I'll give you day-to-day simple example. Just let's take like very simple. आज मैं उठा तो I woke up and घर में ब्रिंजल है, बैंगन, lot of बैंगन, okay? वो 3-4 दिन से खा खा के थक गए. So there is still lot of बैंगन. So what do? आज बैंगन का सब्जी नहीं खाना है यार. So basically what happens is you have बैंगन, but my desire is not there. I have a desire to eat, but I don't want to eat बैंगन. I'm done. So accept and reject based on the. आज मुझे कुछ और खाने का मन कर रहा है. Such a bhindi, something like that. So बैंगन is there, but आज खाने का मन नहीं है. So I reject it. So based on that, I start thinking, अभी क्या करना है? Otherwise, suppose your child has an exam tomorrow morning. अभी आपके घर में कंप्यूटर काम नहीं कर रहा है, but you have a desire that she does very good in her exam, so she needs a computer to do some online study. So what do? So you have a desire she gets good, नहीं तो इतने दिन जो practice किया वो छोड़ो, but you have a desire that today she practices, for example. You have a desire. So what will you do? You call your friends. अरे आपका computer चल रहा है क्या? मेरा problem हो गया यार. Can I come there and I need it for today. So you have a desire. Then you start thinking, willing, feeling. You accept that अच्छा क्या करना है, जाना है, ये करना है. So you have a desire that she does well. So for that, you have to accept a situation. You reject the fact, I want her to do well, so I reject that she cannot use the computer today. That is, I have to get her to use a computer. So you accept that fact that she absolutely needs to use that computer today. So then you begin to think. Then you do the tertiary function, thinking, willing, feeling. Suppose you made some halwa. Okay, you wanted to eat nice halwa today. You made the halwa. Your desire was to make the halwa, so you made the halwa. तो उसके बाद क्या होगा? Halwa, and you taste the halwa. After you offer whatever, you taste the halwa. अरे उतना मीठा नहीं है. Then you reject it because of your desire. You made it, but उतना sweet नहीं है. इसमें थोड़ा सा butter और थोड़ा सा sugar extra डालना है. तो you rejected the taste. So what did you do? You started thinking how to make the taste better. तो थोड़ा सा और गर्म करते हैं, थोड़ा सा butter और उसमें गुड़ डाल देते हैं. So then you make it little more nicer, and then you taste the halwa. Now you accept the taste. अरे ये perfect है. Then you begin to think, अरे अच्छा हुआ, आज अच्छा बन गया. Thinking, willing, like that. So for every stage of that, you accept. Based on your acceptance, you act in a certain way. Based on their rejecting, you act in a certain way. So if you accepted the taste, फिर भी ठीक है यार, और कितना करेंगे? I accept the taste. चलो यही है बस. But if I reject the taste, नहीं मुझे और. Then you go back to the desire. Your desire is now, I want to have that exact thing. So then I rejected this taste. So then I started thinking how to better the taste. Just like your child, अभी computer काम नहीं कर रहा है. So like today, I saw that my external drive somehow it takes some loose connection. तो थोड़ा कभी-कभी time लगता है. So I said, okay, I want to show that graphic, but I'll do it tomorrow. So today I could not do. So I had to somehow postpone it. So we'll do it tomorrow. But I want to show that graphic of those 5 thoughts. So kal karte hain. So desire, and then you think how best to do it. Does that make it clear?
Yes, Obidi. One more question. So does intelligence comes into picture during this
Of course, it is there.
rejection?
Yeah. So this we will discuss in detail tomorrow. Because every desire first goes to the ego, then it goes to the intelligence for processing. I have pictures actually, which I have made. I have made graphics for my book. So I'm writing a book on the mind. That's why I did all this research. So I have that picture, but I will show I will show that tomorrow in a detail, because when you see the picture, you will actually understand it better.
It's okay. Thank you, Ramesh.
Okay. All right. So I think I have to.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, just now you mentioned that every desire goes first to the ego and then goes to intelligence for processing.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the same sequence like what I means? I'm just confirming.
Yeah. Correct. So the thing is, the ego appropriates the desire.
Okay.
Because your desire is either, so you may have some desire, but depending on your knowledge of spiritual realization. So suddenly, because of habit, like Vishnujan Maharaj, he was a guitar player before, and he became sannyasi. Then all of a sudden one day, he met some old friend as he was preaching, and he was a guitar player. So then he gave him a guitar. Come on, let's play the guitar like you were doing before. He picked it up. But then as soon as the thought went into his mind, he realized, I'm spirit soul, I'm sannyasi now. What enjoyment will I do? So he gave it back. So first it goes to the ego. So if your ego is purified, then that desire will reflect in a different way. But when your ego is material, the desire will be perfectly reflected to the intelligence. मुझे यही चाहिए. So we may
Okay.
desire something wrong, but if your ego is purified, it doesn't go through. Hmm?
Hmm.
Like that.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you, Prabhuji.
So yesterday we showed, right? I showed that picture of ego. So ego
Yeah.
is the in between, go between. Yeah. Okay. So thank you all so much for joining in for the third day. So I'll upload this recording for today's class, and tomorrow we will study the 5 types of thoughts, and we will also study the kleshas, the hindrances that make us difficult. So is that make us difficult, that makes our mind that obstructs our mind in self-realization. Okay, is this, do you think this topic is good? Is it too complicated? Is it too difficult? Any feedback?
It's very helpful actually, means Prabhuji, to understand these subtle aspects, and